Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your person. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Rose Quartz. Group 2 is the Purple Fluorite. And Group 3 is the Lemon Calcite. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Rose Quartz. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages from your person's higher self. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Judgment, Strength, the Sun, the Lovers, and the 2 of Pentacles. I have come to a profound realization that my life doesn't make sense in a true and vivid way unless I am working diligently in order to bridge the gap between the two of us and to combine forces with you so that we are able to work in tandem with one another, to smoothing out any misunderstandings that have surfaced that I am aware of, and things that have been a hum of an undercurrent between the two of us, a certain tension that has yet to be described, but that we owe it to ourselves and our future to bring forth out into the open, so that our feelings can be expressed to one another, so that we are able to work through our difficulties and generate a level of closeness with one another that has been unprecedented in our connection up to this point in time, which I am certain will be an essential ingredient towards creating the type of future we both hope within our secret hearts is possible between us, despite everything that has happened in our journey up to this point in time. I miss you more than you realize, and I have been compelled to step forth out of the shadows and to try and make the effort to earn back your trust, to let you know that I am doing my best to evolve into the type of person that is a safekeeper of your heart, rather than someone who will be clumsy in the handling of it as I had been previously. I have learned so much about the distance that has been created between the two of us, and I am starting to recognize how my expectations for our connection in the beginning were unrealistic and unreasonable. I never meant to push you away, and yet I have succeeded in creating uncertainty where I only ever wanted a truth and a continuity of love to flow between the two of us. Though I am presenting you with a stoic face at this particular moment in time, there is a churning of emotions inside of me that is overwhelming at times, and which I understand can only be brought into a place of calm by opening up and allowing you to problem solve alongside me, so that we are able to face my doubts and yours in a way in which we do not feel vulnerable or as if we are climbing the uphill battle by ourselves, but that we are working as a team to hold space for one another until we are able to move into a place of transcendence, where hope overtakes any uncertainty about what the future may hold, and we are then able to recognize and understand how the foundation between the two of us has been strengthened, because I truly do believe that we are stronger together than apart. I have been having vivid dreams of you recently. Many of these things feel like flashbacks to lifetimes that we had shared previously, that in certain manners are opening up a line of questioning and questing within me that is sending me along a spiritual path I had not intended to venture down at this point in my life, and at the same time is presenting me with a sense of certainty that it is no accident that we have crossed paths with one another, and that you are the destined individual I am meant to combine my life force energy with in order to step into my highest timeline in an overall way in this current manifestation of me. There is so much that I want to tell you about what I have discovered about myself and where I see the two of us developing towards in the future. But I know we need to start at square one with one another, work through some uncomfortable conversations that need to take place and are long overdue, and acclimate very gradually to the understanding that no matter what has created chaos within us and between us in the past, that it is still possible for us to have a brighter future with one another. You are worth fighting for in every sense of the word, and I'm sorry that I ever planted seeds of doubt within you that made you question your worthiness, or if I ever had the intention of making things right between the two of us. I know I have taken more time than was necessary in order to come to this place of realization that there is nobody else I want by my side except for you, but I do trust that everything has unfolded exactly as it has meant to, because I am not at this point preparing to come back in with some flimsy excuses or 1 foot in and 1 foot out as I had been in the past with you, but I am instead preparing myself to come forth to you as a fully actualized version of me, who has stepped away from certain things that were holding me back and has actively manifested a whole new life on so many levels. Though I know that there is still time which is required to allow certain changes that I have made and that I intend to bring forth to solidify and grow into something powerful. I know that you will be very pleased with the work that I have done up to this point in time, because it has not only been self-directed and self-focused, but it has been embarked upon with you and us in mind. I look forward to being close to you, spending some quiet moments, just the two of us, like we used to. And I hope that better days will soon be upon us, because it is so lonely here, lost in the whirlwind of my mind, without you to provide me a sense of context and balance in the way that only you are able to do. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your person wants you to know. And they say, I've had sleepless nights caught between confusion and pain. I have no words for your kindness and generosity. Your beauty cascades over me. I believe you. I can't bear to build it all again and watch it all wash away. You are always safe with me. I desire you deeply and eternally. And I've never cared so deeply for someone before. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got W, U, G, Q, L, B, P, C, S, F, F, S, J, N, U, H, and O. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the purple fluorite. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your person's higher self. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have Strength, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 2 of Wands, Judgment, 5 of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. I never knew that love could feel like this. I never knew that love could be easy and could unlock a portal to calm inside of myself that has been so elusive to reach by other means and methods. I admit that I had a mistaken view that true love meant having to constantly work to adjust and compromise and fight through the difficult times in order to prove oneself to be worthy, that the validity of the love and the feelings experienced were real and true, that an investment was being made in a very positive and conscious direction, that it was only through struggles in which the true nature of if an individual was compatible with someone else could be revealed. But contrary to all of this, it has not only been through the obstacles that we have had to overcome in our situation that I have come to understand that you are somebody I value and cherish more than anything and want to ensure remains by my side. But it is moreover through the experiences of things going our way, fitting into place with very little effort and action on my part to control outcomes and details and circumstances, that has made me a believer in a different face of love than I have had the pleasure of being introduced to before. In many ways, you are teaching me about myself, how to be gentle with myself, how to create a space of acceptance within me for what I have always criticized myself regarding perceptions of shortcomings. The level of totality with which you embrace all elements of who you are has allowed me to create more of a genuine strength within, where I am not overcompensating for aspects within me that I have pushed to the side or others have rejected, but I am learning to love my broken bits just as much as I am enthralled with the aspects of myself that work very efficiently and have generated increased value and meaning as time has gone on. You feel like my perfect match in all ways. You balance me out. You bring me back to my center. You are that voice of reason when my impulses and my emotions would threaten to take control and derail the progress I would have made in my life up to this point in time. You are the center of gravity for me, and yet I have never felt more free to explore the range of who I next choose to evolve into as a person. And it is not something where I fear that we will outgrow one another, or that I am feeling clingy due to a fear of being left behind should you evolve in a direction that might not necessarily fit the version of myself I am currently embodying. There is a seamlessness to the trust that exists between the two of us, that somehow, no matter how far we may wander away from one another, there's an inevitability about the two of us that we will always find our way back home to each other, because you are the one that matters most. You feel more like the presence that I am supposed to allow myself to be magnetized to than anyone else I have ever met in my entire life. You are a mystery in so many ways, and I am so grateful that I get the honor in this lifetime of being the one to discover all the different layers of who you are that I understand have in many ways never seen the light of day because you have just freshly created them. It is a wonder to watch you bloom into a different version of yourself, and it helps me to understand that my efforts are in fact doing right by you. It's as if you were never loved properly before I came along, and it's a humbling notion, the level of responsibility, that I just have to keep my heart open, and something very natural inside of me seems to be exactly what it is that you have needed in order to release yourself from a tendency to hold back and instead to allow yourself to shine even brighter and unapologetically. I am captivated by you in every way. You are my muse and you are my inspiration. Thank you for being the guiding light as I am learning to let go of things that do not serve my highest good in order to pour my full focus and attention to the things that are demonstrating growth potential in my life at this time. I am excited about plans that I have had for the future that at one point in time seemed so far out of reach, and yet your silent presence adjacent to me helps me to try and find ways beyond my inner critic and the obstacles which might create interference in the outside world presently, so that I am more determined to stop at nothing, to reach that higher level of experience and the actuality of who I next want to develop into. It is through your living example that I have learned to be easier on myself in terms of not getting so overwhelmed with trying to accomplish everything at once. But you have showed me the beauty in simply slowing down and take quiet moments in time to be present in the here and now. I am starting to accept the fact that all closed doors and dead-end roads that I had been walking down previously were intended to reroute me to the exact moment in time when we crossed paths. You are healing my heart in ways you can't even imagine, because every experience with you reinforces that an aspect of me was created specifically to love you. And so, even while I feel confused about where my journey in this life in a large sense may take me next, I understand that there is a part of me that has been perfectly formed and was only ever intended to love you. Thank you for appreciating me for who I am, for always holding space for the questions and the doubts which chew up my attention at times and cause me to be distant from you. Thank you for always receiving me back with understanding at the times where I am able to ground my own energy back into the present. Thank you for allowing me to take the lead in a very unorthodox manner in order to show and demonstrate to you a different type of romance than you have known before, and that I have been motivated or even capable of providing to another person prior to you. Thank you for being the only person that I am excited to see on a daily basis, and for being the one that I am certain will be with me as the years continue to unfold. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your person wants you to know from their higher self. Okay, we have you're the only one who understands me at such a deep level. Our love can power galaxies. Things aren't always as they seem. It's like we share the same mind and heart. I have tried telling you the truth so many times, but I just cannot for some reason. I am burning with passion for you. I miss you more than you know. And I remember you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got G, T, W, Y, P, O, P, C, Z, R, M, A, D, U, Y, L, V, E, O, and D. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. We chose the lemon calcite. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your person's higher self. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Swords, Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Two of Swords. I wish that I could take back those words that caused confusion and upset within your heart. I am haunted by our last conversation, and I know that I owe it to you and to myself in order to provide you truth which has been held heavily inside of me for far too long. I was impulsive in my conduct towards you the last time we were in proximity to one another, and I have deep regrets at the wreckage that has been left in the wake of the experience that we shared that was once so beautiful, but which has been torn asunder in many ways through my thoughtlessness and self-centered behavior. It has been a humbling experience to recognize that it is necessary for me to learn to manage a level of aggression inside of myself that has contributed to the tumbling down of the gentleness that we once shared, the trust which I thought was unbreakable, and the experience of building towards something real and true with one another. All because I let my fears get the better of me and wasn't able to adequately manage tension and stress in other areas of my life, and so I took it out on you instead. You were always so kind and accepting of me, and yet I failed to do you the same courtesy when it came time for me to be the rock upon which you would be able to lean. If you would allow me back into your life, I promise that I would do whatever it takes to try and show you that I am making the effort to step into a different version of myself. I am shedding the layer of my identity that was the culprit in causing you so many sleepless nights and uncertainty, where you wondered if what we once shared was real or true, or just a matter of you getting caught up in a flight of fancy. I never meant to confuse you or to cause you to question the nature of your own intuition, which at one point in time had encouraged you to trust me with an openness that I might not have necessarily been worthy of, but which I cherish and recognize was a powerful and precious gift that you gave to me. I want to become someone who is worthy of spending time in your presence. Your energy is something that I view as sacred, and the way in which you move through the world with your heart wide open is an aspect within me which is underdeveloped, but which I know I could be well served in general in my journey in this lifetime by seeking to emulate from you in whatever ways that I can. I am working up the courage to speak with you directly, to provide that necessary apology, and to be able to stand strong and true while you express whatever it is that you need to convey in order for the weight of the world that you have been carrying on your shoulders silently and with a level of beauty and grace that is humbling in and of itself for far too long. You deserve to be liberated from the experience of what happened between the two of us and ways in which you may be blaming yourself too much for things that were not your fault. I want to be able to provide you with a key to unlocking this cage that you have kept yourself in. And if you choose to build with me in the future, I would be forever grateful. But if you will only take this opportunity of me making amends and utilize that reset as the opportunity for you to move off in another direction, then I will understand and accept that and look upon it as me having settled my karmic debt with you overall. I wish that there were something more that I could provide to you at this point in time, except for a degree of hesitation, which I know that you are sensing on the peripheral of your energy. I feel that I have already run through the myriad chances that you have given me in the past to try and make matters right, and that whatever it is that I am able to present to you needs to be honest and thorough in a way that I was never capable of expressing my heart and my emotions to you or anyone else in the past. In a way, I am being forced to evolve into a more compassionate version of myself. I am having to soul search and find the words and the courage to express difficult truths that my nature would rather just keep buried and distanced as time continues to pass and we move further and further away from the awkward moment which set us both in a tailspin. I wish that I could turn back the hands of time and do things differently. I am so ashamed of the way in which I took the beautiful gift of the love that you had given so freely, and I treated it as if it were simply ordinary. You are nothing short of extraordinary. I have never met anyone like you, and I know that I will never be given the gift of the opportunity to cross paths with another pure soul of your caliber again in this lifetime. I hope that the stars will align in my favor, and that if I do what is necessary in order to try and make matters right, that there will be an opportunity for us to begin again, to start fresh as if it were the first time. Because if I have the opportunity to be allowed in close into that sanctum of your heart, where trust, I know, is now rarely given to others, and so the price and value of time spent in your company has increased exponentially since we were last close with one another. I vow to cherish and value that privilege more than anything. If I could, I would keep you safe from the worst parts of me that have a tendency to self-sabotage. And the best way that I can think of to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself between the two of us is to become very disciplined within myself about toppling and dismantling the structures that have kept me operating purely out of ego for far too long. I understand that my pride is something that needs to be tempered in order for the two of us to move in tandem in the direction of love, if you are willing to give me the opportunity to earn your trust once more. I will come forth to you with direct communication. You will not simply have to feel my energy and wonder if this is all part of your imagination. I don't want you to struggle to let go of our connection, and I need you to know that it is me who is holding on tightly. You are everything that I could have dreamed of and wanted in a person, and I squandered the first opportunity that I had for us to build in a beautiful and positive direction. So I am making some changes inside of myself, and I know that I need to make matters right between us. I hope so much that our love story will have a different conclusion than what it looks like at this particular point in time. Because if you give me the opportunity, I want to build with you towards a beautiful forever. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your person wants you to know. and they say, you're the only person in the world who really scares me. I feel like I've been missing you my whole life. You're my lost paradise. There's a strange and deep connection between us. I still have so much to accomplish before I can be what you deserve. I am taking my time. We have all the time in the world. Forgive me. I have never felt this way before. I do not know how to act. I find everything about you so pleasurable and irresistible. I believe you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got A, X, U, N, F, E, M, I, B, P, Z, G, K, J, T, L, and A. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.